So-called world's largest chicken dance returned to Oktoberfest, Cincinnati. It's been a staple there for decades.
That's awesome.
The event started in 1976 to honor the Cincinnati's rich German heritage every year.
I feel like that's the best part of a wedding, when you get to the chicken dance.
I don't think I've done a chicken dance at the
What?
wedding.
Oh, yeah. Aren't they cute with their little hats and everything?
They're so cute. The kids on stage, too. Got some chicken dance moves.
I think you might have a few better moves if you do have one beer. Just like,
I think
loosen it up just a little bit.
A few definitely helps there.
Kcal News at 9 starts right now.
This is Kcal News Mornings.
Right now at 9, missing from the classroom. We're going to look at a new report that shows which grade is compiling the largest amount of absences in the state and why.
Plus, could it be the key to a forever friendship or financial failure?
Ooh.
We're going to dig into the new trend of starting a joint bank account with your friends.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, plus it's a wellness trend dripping in opportunity. Why experts say the new way to network is sweating together in the sauna. No, thank you.
I love you, but no.
No. Good morning. You're watching Kcal News Mornings at 9. Today's Monday, September 22nd. I'm Jamie Yukas.
I'm Amanda Starrentino in for Sheba Churk this morning. Thanks so much for being here. This week in Class Act, we're going to East LA. That's where Jasmine Veal joins us live now from Garfield High School. So much energy here, Jasmine. Yeah. What are you showing us now?
Yeah, you want to see more energy? I'm here at Garfield High School, as you said, hanging out with the ASB, the student body. Look at all that. They are here to keep the school spirit and traditions alive, and they even help set up all these balloons and this amazing sign, Garfield High, celebrating 100 years. Anna, why do you love it?
I love Garfield High School because it's an amazing community to be a part of.
And a family, she said. I know. Cheers all around. They're getting ready for the 90th East LA Classic, that huge football rivalry game. And we also are talking about the academics, the excellence seen here on campus. Back to you. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Can't wait for that. Thank you, Jasmine, and thanks to the crew out there. Now let's get a check of our next weather forecast with meteorologist Marina Jurka in for Paul Diano today.
All right, Marina, thank you. And thank you for the heads up this morning. I do want to give you the heads up when it comes to your Monday morning commute, because a few things cleared up, which is great. I do have a lot of traffic, though, regardless. And now I have road work that popped up in Santa Ana. This is in Orange County, northbound 5 at 17th. The right lane is blocked off. There's a backup there of about 15 minutes from Jeffrey Road to 17th. And then southbound traffic on the 5 from the 22 to the 133 will take you about 15 minutes as well. Things, though, are improving in Orange County overall. Nothing major as far as accidents are concerned. We had a couple things earlier that already cleared up. The 55 south from the 91 to the 405 is about an 18-minute commute. Here's a look at LA for you. Live look at the 405 freeway Sepulveda Pass, bumper to bumper heading southbound, about 41 minutes from Roscoe to Sunset. Same deal though, it's crash free, no stalled cars, no road work happening right at the moment. 10 west from the 110 to the 405, that's a 33-minute commute. And here's a look at the Inland Empire. Improvements again on the 91. The 15 though has been really busy since this morning. Still is. Southbound traffic will take you about 34 minutes from that 395 to the 215. Amanda and Jamie, back to you.
Busy for a Monday.
Yes.
All right, Kalina, thank you. Well, a pursuit came to a wild end in Upland with 2 suspects running and shots fired.
Kcal News reporter Cara Finstrom is live at the scene where things are a little bit calmer this morning. Cara?
They are. One of the juveniles, though, was shot, is expected to survive. A spokesperson for the CHP says he was in that Audi, which was first spotted speeding with no headlights on, and that when he bailed from it and ran off, he shot at officers. Nobody was hit then, but officers later wounded that suspect.
The suspect then fled through the neighborhood here and arrived at a residence. At that residence, officers responded and a second shooting occurred.
And you could hear the gunshots there, the orders to surrender. The CHP says the juvenile was hit in the shoulder and leg. Investigators say when they ran the plates of that Audi during the initial pursuit in nearby Covina, they found the car was wanted in connection with the carjacking and burglaries in Whittier and Downey yesterday. They say officers were warned those inside might be armed and dangerous. Take a look. Officers later used a pit maneuver to stop the car just off the freeway here in Upland. They say the pursuit lasted for about 16 miles, the car going the wrong way at one point on the freeway, so very fortunate no one else was hurt there. Now back out here live, the CHP says the other juvenile in that car did surrender immediately, and an investigation is now ongoing into the other crimes that are being linked to that vehicle. Back to you.
Okay, wild story there.
Yeah, absolutely. Cara, thanks so much.
A time of mourning for a Lake Elsinore teenager who disappeared 2 years ago and was found inside a Tesla belonging to a music artist. Friends and family held a candlelight vigil for 15-year-old Celeste Riveros. Her remains were found September 8th inside a car owned by the popular singer David. People held candles and signs which said justice for Celeste. Those who knew and loved her are now adjusting to the fact that she's gone.
I wish I did get to know her now, and it's sad because I never will ever get to know her.
It is a horrendous and unimaginable thing that any parent can ever go through. And my heart definitely goes out to the family.
David has canceled the rest of his tour. A spokesman for the singer said that he is fully cooperating with the investigation. Governor Gavin Newsom is working to restrict the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration. Over the weekend, he came to downtown LA to sign 5 new bills into law. Some of them go into effect immediately and say that ICE is not allowed in schools or hospitals with warrants or court orders. Another law bans officers from concealing their identity by wearing masks. A local community group working with immigrants says they appreciate what the governor is trying to do, but they still don't think it's enough.
It's a positive step that the governor is taking here in California, but we firmly believe that it won't be the politicians or it won't be like the police officers or local law enforcement that's going to defend the community from these raids. Only the people will organize themselves to defend themselves from these raids.
U.S. Attorney says that he's told that federal agents that can continue to protect their identities and that the new laws will have no effect on their operations. Legal experts, though, are expecting the issue to end up in court.
Developing news in Vermont Square, our Senate Manager Mark Liu is at the desk with video of a fire behind a home. Mark, what's happening here?
Yeah, Amanda, so when firefighters first showed up, they saw really big flames to the rear of the home, but it was not the home itself that was on fire. It was a small detached ADU, which is like a small home in the back of the property. This is what I'm talking about. This was shot by someone who was in the neighborhood of 53rd and Danker. This is about 9:45 last night. Now, LA City firefighters responded here for all that. Big flyer, lots of smoke. They initially thought when they got to the rear of the property that it was a garage, detached garage that was on fire. After speaking to the people who live at this home, they realized that it was a small home called an ADU, or accessory dwelling unit. They become increasingly popular in Southern California as people have built them to the rears of their properties to add more space to the home or perhaps as a rental unit. Either way, this one fully engulfed in flames. Took about 39 firefighters about 25 minutes to get it out. The good news, No one on the property was injured. The bad news is it looks like that ADU is destroyed. Now an arson team is going to work with the family that lives there to try and figure out what caused that fire in that ADU last night. That's it here from the desk. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you for that. Tens of thousands of people packed into an Arizona stadium yesterday to pay their respects to Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist and influencer who was shot and killed during a public debate at a Utah university earlier this month. During an emotional tribute, Erica Kirk told thousands of mourners she forgives the man accused of killing her husband, saying the answer to hate is not more hate. President Trump also took the stage, sounding a different note.
That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica.
President Trump again said he plans to award Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom very soon. And on his way back to Washington last night, he did praise the Department of Justice for its efforts in the case against Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old man charged with killing Charlie Kirk. Utah prosecutors say they plan to pursue the death penalty in his case. Happening today, a protest in Hollywood in response to Jimmy Kimmel being pulled from the air. ABC suspended Kimmel's show indefinitely over his comments about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. U.S. House lawmakers will join several Hollywood unions like the WGA, DGA, IATSE, and the Teamsters for the rally outside the Dolby Theater. Many say the suspension is a violation of the First Amendment and that they'll be there to defend the right to free speech for all Americans.
Well, new this morning, senioritis is a thing among high schoolers, but a new study reveals the students who miss the most days of school in the state are actually kindergartners. The LA-based nonprofit Families in Schools discovered that 26% of California kindergartners missed at least 10% of school days in the 2023 to 2024 school year.
Yikes.
The numbers, were much higher in LA Unified, 59% in transitional kindergarten or TK and 55% in regular kindergarten. The authors of the study say part of the reason is Latino parents not understanding attendance policies or illness guidelines.
Oh.
It is 9:09. They were once thought to be foods to help extend your life, but that's not the case anymore. Why doctors say foods like fake meat,